Hey there, welcome to another episode of It's On Us podcast, based in Lorain, Ohio. We try and highlight local entrepreneurs and community leaders. This episode features one of them. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Thank you for your support. Let's get to the episode.
Oh, see, I got it working this time.
Yeah, I think we sound good.
That might be the first time you got it off.
No, that was second.
Okay.
I had to learn from my mistakes.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Man,
Merry Christmas.
First time back.
Let's say we ain't recorded in a while.
Feels good though, man, right? Like back in the studio, you know.
How's everybody feeling? Everybody healthy?
Yeah, oh well, my furnace ain't, but...
Your furnace
That's because you ain't turn it on all winter.
Bruh,
Bro.
I don't know, I gotta change my filter, I think.
Okay, so John, real
be.
quick. So what degrees does it have to be for you to, like, outside for you to turn your furnace on?
I don't know.
Some
It's
people
usually
wake up-
on like 65
In your house?
in my house, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What?
During- like in the winter. I don't go past 70. If it's
okay,
like
that's fair.
bone chilling cold, maybe I'll go like 71, 72, but that's as far as I'll go.
My shit stays between
I like that.
68 and 70.
Yeah,
That's
right now mine's is on 68.
Right now, my house temperature is like 55
Oh,
because my furnace
shit.
is off. It ain't it's not
I
kicking
wonder
on.
if it's because you waited too long to change your filter. Probably like a safety
Yeah.
feature. Like, oh shit, we don't want your house to catch on fire.
You
So
about to be in the
I looked at my
goddamn
filter; it
igloo.
looks fine. I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah, right.
this is a
You're
reminder
trying
for
to be
everybody: replace your furnace filters, or your shit's gonna go out when it's 20
PSA from
degrees out.
John, don't be like him. Don't wait till it's fucking cold out. And then next thing you know, shit, my furnace won't turn on. What should I do?
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough couple days.
So welcome back, everybody, to another episode of It's On Us.
Hey, can you flip it to the...
Oh, yeah, I got you.
My
Damn.
bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So today we have the crew. We have Ash,
Yo.
Mr. Cliff,
Hey.
that guy Gabe,
Yurt.
and the PSA reminder, John.
Hello.
And today we have a special guest, Mr. Tristan. Say hello, Tristan.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
He's the host of Mind If I Crash podcast, and among other accolades, he's a father, he is a collector, and we're going to dive into all that this episode. So, with that being said, Tristan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. So, let's get the ball rolling. What started your journey to being a content creator?
Great question. I think at a pretty young age, I was into like certain things that I might have thought weren't cool back then. You know, trying to play into the politics of being accepted by society. Pretty young, like I wanted to like know how to break dance and like things like that. And it's a long road to that top. You know, I had to start and like I remember being in ballet classes. Like, hold up, this ain't it. This is not breakdance. Little things like that, though. I knew like I had to find ways to progress in things that are my field. Getting into like theater and things like that. I knew pretty young that I liked creating. I liked entertaining, and really from there, it's been a long list of trial and error with different styles of entertainment.
All right.
That's
so,
dope. That's really dope.
Right.
Did you now with ballet? Because you gotta like learn the fundamentals of
Yeah.
dance. Now, do you still dance?
No,
No?
that was a straight setup for sure. They didn't tell me it was going to be ballet. I showed up and was like, I'm the only dude here. And then I saw the girls come out and I said, hold on, guys, what's going on?
Who signed you up?
My mom. My mom set me up on that one. Yeah.
So she said, "Here, come on, you're gonna love this." You walked in, he was like, "You probably get her side. I like."
But the amazing
She was gone. She was gone. Left me.
Dropped your
Left
hand.
me.
See you
So
later.
she dropped you off.
She
and
did one of
was
these.
like,
Okay, honey, have fun.
Go do your thing.
See you in an hour and a half.
Got to get in touch with your feminine side.
Right.
But ballet though, they have like excellent balance though. When they're dancing and moving,
Unmatched.
Yes.
their lateral movement, agility is like unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on their tippy toes, man. I can't do that shit.
It's so hard.
Man, it looks hard.
Yeah.
Shoot, some of their feet be bleeding from doing this.
Yeah.
Should be crazy.
Most do. Honestly, yeah, most of them do.
But see, like I enjoy dancing because I watch Dancing with the Stars, and just seeing what they do in certain dances and stuff like that, it's just like really remarkable. It's like how do you do that? Like I've had a plan for when me and my fiance get married, like take a dancing class, like do the waltz or something, just to be elegant, just to like do it. So yeah,
Right.
that's pretty awesome.
So Tristan, before we dive deeper into getting to know you, so the first time we met you or I've seen you was the clip from Game On.
That shit was too funny.
Oh my god, it's somewhat funny, but go ahead.
So do you still have beef with Game On? Like, will you ever go to Game On? Or
I don't even think I have beef, and honestly, that clip was shared by someone I don't know. Obviously, I was the first person to put it on TikTok, but it made its way to Facebook and got thousands of views on there too. Honestly, I didn't even make it inside Game On, so I can't say that my beef is with Game On more than it is the entry of Game On. You know,
like the security and the crew.
Listen, like, the first meeting is everything, and if that's the vibe you get off, it's very standoffish. It's very, am I in the wrong here? Did I do something wrong? And that means a lot. You know, I'm in the business similarly. You know, I'm a bouncer in downtown Cleveland, and I still think like being the nice guy, a friendly smile, hello, how are you guys tonight, goes a long way in making people feel like they're safe, not they're the problem. Definitely. And I feel like that's how it should be, you know. But yeah, I don't have beef with them. They are super pissed at me though.
Are they?
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you exposed that though, because like on New Year's Eve they were trying to charge $25
to that Cash App.
Yes,
that's goofball shit, man. That's crazy. Can I cuss on here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It is. Yeah. Like when he first told me, I'm like, because one of my guys, shout out to DJ Trap, he DJs there, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll go support you. I'm not paying $25 to get into the door, and then I have to pay extra just to drink. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Make it make sense.
At least give me a drink if you're gonna fucking make me pay to get in or something.
Right.
Like a drink chip.
And then they're saying like tables there were like $125 just to get a table. So I'm like, no.
Yeah, this isn't Cleveland. Cleveland had better deals than that. I was working on New Year's.
She said,
crazy.
Yeah.
But from Tristan's video, I did learn one thing: don't go into Game On with two phones. So
facts.
He said two phones.
That shit blew my mind.
He said, "Wait, you got two phones?" He's like,
"You gotta be
can I have two phones?" Shit, I got this little chirp in my back pocket too.
Right,
2.5.
I got 4 iPhones in the car right now.
Oh,
that's
shit.
no joke. Yeah, that's a true story.
Why you got so many phones?
I was gonna say
work for real work though.
Like,
yeah,
that's
awesome.
Yeah.
So is this for like your creative director job at the Immortal Tattoo?
So one I use strictly for film. So the one I have here right now is got all my podcasts, all my audio, all of my content for the vlog. The other is for work.
Okay.
So yeah, one is used for entertainment. The other one's you just use for personal.
Okay.
That's dope.
The song that comes in my head, I got 2 phones.
Right,
one for the
right.
Oh, I know. Everyone asks me.
So how did you become a creative director for a tattoo vlog?
So it really started kind of similar to this. You know, you just start networking from hosting a show. I interviewed one of the owners of Total Immortal. I had Boomer on, and we recorded there. And immediately I saw the setup. I saw it was unlike any tattoo shop I'd ever been in. And I'm covered, you know. So I've been to quite a few. And it was wide open, a lot of potential. All the artists kind of have their own specific strong suits. I was like, oh, this is really, really cool. You guys should have a YouTube channel. And they were like, yeah, we've been actually thinking about it. We think it'd be pretty cool. Show people what goes on here and some of the cool pieces we do. And I was like, if you ever want help, let me know. This all happened after the episode. We built great rapport, things like that. And he asked me on the spot, like, if you want, it'd be awesome to have you record your show here and help us with the vlog. So it was kind of locked in. Ooh. Let's do it. He was the season finale.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So in between season 2 and 3, I moved all the stuff in and been there ever since. It's been awesome.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's dope.
And where is Total Immortal at?
Total Immortal is actually like probably 5 minutes from here. It is right on the east side, like right when you cross the drawbridge.
Oh, it's that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 140 East Erie or something.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's 140 something for sure.
We'll have to shout it out on our when we put this episode out in the description.
Shout out to Pablo, man.
Dude, yeah, Pablo is the shit.
Is that where he's at?
He's the man
Yeah,
around.
yeah, he's the other owner. Him and Boomer.
Okay. So I've heard Total Immortal. I'm like, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I pass it every day to work.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
Can I give them a shout out real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
For sure. So yeah, if you guys are big in the NFT world right now, Pablo and Boomer are both going to be dropping their own line of NFTs. Pablo's is going to be February 22nd, Lonely Bones Club. You can follow them on Discord right now, link in his bio. And then Boomer's getting ready to drop the Chosen One, which is like an alien style NFT. Both are really, really cool.
Crazy.
And both look amazing. So I'm excited to see what that does for them and Total Immortal.
Wow.
So you brought it up. The whole NFT world, it's nuts.
It is.
I attempted to create one. I have one. It's all right. It's nothing special, but it's like seeing all the videos that I've seen of people creating them and what resources they have to like get to do it. Whether it's buying a membership to another site just to get some images to use, just to put in the background. It's so nuts just to see the time and effort it goes into creating something that you just look at a cool ass picture, but it goes for a couple $100 to a couple grand. So it's like, who would have thought? Like,
you get to see like the evolution of just art.
Right.
It's no longer in that physical form. It's like digital.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it needed to get there.
But
I think.
But there's also like I think there's a negative because we grew up, how the world is now. We started with paper money and coins, and now a lot of people use plastic, and you don't really have that physical, that tangible. So sometimes I feel like we could progress too fast to where it's like we lose sight of what's tangible, and we just focus on what's digital or what's in the cloud. And sometimes I think that's a real tricky area.
Same with music too.
Yeah, right.
Spotify's and.
Well, I just read an article. CD sales went up last year for the first time in like 5 years.
Yep.
It's nuts.
No, first time in they said 20 years.
That makes me happy, dude.
It was like 05. It was like the last time. It was a long ass time I seen that same article.
So I think it's like important for us to it's cool to gravitate towards like the digital realm and metaverse and shit like that. But also, let's remember what's tangible and what we can feel and hold, because we never want to lose sight of that either.
I just like remember art and like in elementary school, drawing the sun in the corner of the piece of paper, and like just that's how we visualized it first. But then like
my son was always in the middle of the paper.
See everybody's
perspective.
I was the corner.
Corner guy for sure.
See, it just depends on where you're standing. So I mean, that's one perspective though. But just to see the evolution of like how people think, and we're like pushing the envelope on what could be. So like I'm excited for NFT. I actually want to make an NFT.
Can we push the envelope too far to where it will implode?
For sure.
I don't know. That's debatable. I mean, how far do you think we can go?
How far?
Every single thing did? No books or something? Or like
who knows?
I mean, we already have that with them like fucking
tablets, Kindles and shit.
Yeah, they hold 1,000 books and shit.
But what if one day like it just stopped? Like technology just, I don't want to say vanished, but like we got too dependent on it to where like the infrastructure of the
like electricity, like
or the infrastructure of the internet or something just collapsed.
Yeah, it's so new. It's easily like I was even watching something where it's so easy to hack into that type of stuff.
That's what I was thinking over here the whole time. I'm like, what about hackers? Like you can spend like 6 figures on an NFT and then somebody hacks your shit, takes it, and then
you can trash someone's Bitcoin wallet, all kinds of stuff. It's too fresh to know for sure, but I 100% think it's a possibility. It does scare me for like humanity though, because what do people in third world countries do? Do they have to? Are they forced? It reminds me of like gentrification in a way. It's like you come in and you almost force people out with no solution. It can be scary at times for sure. We have to like think of everyone as a whole. Because
like for example, Cliff in high school, you didn't really have a phone.
Nope.
You said no phone in high school. That was you. Well, there could be a generation that's in our generation, or a population in our generation, to where it's like they're not really too tech savvy, not really too into the digital world and more into the physical world, to where it's like how you said they could be forced into that and be unsure to where they could have their shit hacked, and it's like, I didn't want to do this shit in the fucking first place.
Because I feel uneasy about like the Oculus thing and like this whole like metaverse.
Oh, that's wild.
I'm like,
that's wild. Oculus, I tried it on Christmas, bro. The whole room was an entire like you were in like a dome, and it was a virtual world. I mean, you could like literally like walk. It was not you can walk very far, but you could walk in it like wild.
But like, how do you walk in it? Can you like explain to me like that part?
They give you like if you look everywhere you turn is content in a way, and there's like a box that you can walk in and you can like interact with certain things. You can point at certain things, and
but stupid. Then I seen like it was like one of those little news things. I didn't click on the ad, but it's like first sexual harassment charge filed in the metaverse.
Yeah,
it's like what? And it's like
that's coming though. That's what's
how the fuck is that even possible?
Exactly. I mean, how do you guys feel about celebrities and like all these businesses that are selling like their physical properties, and a lot of them are buying property in the metaverse? Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, there's going to be literally online physical stores.
I see where it's going. It's going to convert people to living a cyber life as opposed to the physical life.
So for the people that play Sims, it's going to be like times 10 for them, or times 100.
Man,
buy a new car for your Sim.
Right.
Likely go to work. on Metaverse.
And here's the crazy part, though. It's going to be kind of safer as far as like going to shopping because I'm going to do this situation. People now get robbed, shot, and killed over Jades, standing outside physically for those shoes. But if you have to go into the Metaverse just to get your shoes and then like they get shipped to you or whatever they do physically, but you can go to the store, stand outside cyberly, not have to worry about nobody shooting you, stabbing you for your shoes.
I'm with it with that.
What
I'm with it with that. For the
you
J's,
got this nice ass car in the Metaverse, but
right.
Shit, you get out the Metaverse, you still driving your 97 Honda down the street. It's like
that's a danger too, because people will be buying fake cars to like drive in that world.
Right, and it's like then that gives the people a whole new avenue of being
wealthy elderwear
or posers.
Yeah,
or it's I got this in the Metaverse. Come see me here, bitch. What about real life?
Right.
I just thought about something that I'm going to tell you guys off air that can possibly be invented in that world and sold for a lot of money because I wish I had it physically. So I'm going to say it off air because I don't want nobody to listen to it and run with it like somebody from our audience. I don't want them to do that. So I'll tell you guys.
That's funny.
So it also says you are a collector of sneakers and streetwear.
Facts, yeah.
So what do you collect?
So that started in high school. I was like big in the skate scene, so I was messing around with like the Bathing Ape and Supreme back then, pretty heavy. I don't want to say before it was cool because like there was definitely people wearing it, but it was before like the box logo era, if you know what, like how big that was for Supreme. Mm-hmm. So like when I was 16 actually, I went to New York, got to shop in the store, and that definitely put me on to the experience of what it is to like be on the front end of the trends. So since then, like I've pretty much kept up with that, the sneaker game. I got I don't think I should say this, but this isn't live, right? Mm-hmm. All right, I got a pair of like Chunky Dunkies in the car right now, the Ben & Jerry Nike SB collab.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just didn't want anyone to be like, oh, bet, let's find that car.
Now, do you resell it or do you keep it for yourself or do you dabble in both?
So a little bit of both. Like right now, like I'm wearing my Yeezy 350s. Most comfortable shoe I've ever worn.
Facts. I got 2 pair.
Yeah, they're the shit. There's a lot of Supreme and Bathing Ape that I'll wear, but a lot of it is, I call it like my retirement fund.
Okay. Because his brother is also like a reseller. He has his own IG page. Shout out to Big Drip for Sale.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is that the Instagram page?
Yep. Yeah. Big Drip for Sale.
We've had them on the show too.
That game is stupid. I love that game.
Oh yeah, the resale game. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Just because I could do my own thing. I could start my own shit like right now. Like I done showed you pictures. You already know. I got at least 45 pairs of shoes that I could probably just get off.
Hell yeah.
And just like you said, it's a retirement fund because I went to SneakerCon when it came in December. Mm-hmm. There were shoes that I have and I'm sitting on for years that just skyrocketed in prices.
Yep.
Like the Black Cat 4s. I got them for $190. I'm gonna say maybe $200. Mm-hmm. They was going off for $800 up there.
Damn.
And I'm like, I didn't even see that because I know one of these shoes is gonna do that. I just didn't particularly think it was that one. But I mean, like I said, I got the Cool Gray sitting. Them are going for a crazy amount right now. My breads, the cements, like
fire.
I got so much, and like my dad, like Lord Almighty, when he goes, I'm gonna probably have like even worse. It's gonna be even crazier. Like it's just gonna be wild, man. And it's like you said, it's something like from 10 years old. Like you just think of like sneakers, like that's me and my dad's only connection. So every shoe that he likes, I don't want to say like that I'm like forced to like, but it's like, all right, this is our connection. Like we're gonna keep the same amount of shoes, and you know what I mean, go neck and neck. Like we have this competition now, like. But there's some shoes I'm like, nah, I ain't.
Okay, so real quick, so what was your first pair, Tristan, that like put you on to like the sneaker culture?
My first pair would be a pair of my Air Force One Day of the Deads. They got like sugar skulls on them. They're like reflective. That was like the first pair of sneakers that like I copped just to wear, you know. Price wise, it like dipped around a little bit, but it wasn't anything that expensive, which is kind of what I liked. It was just, it reminded me of when I was a kid and like the vibrant colored shoes I used to wear when I was skating. It had like a hot yellow, a hot pink, a hot blue, and then it had all these skulls in them, which was kind of cool. So that was like the first pair that said like, oh, this can make like a statement and people don't even have to know what it is. They're just like, those are dope shoes. And then after that, I kind of just kept doing it. Kept finding ones that I liked, assuming the rest of the world would probably agree.
You ever mess up a shoe, like scuffed it?
Fuck yeah.
In like unrepairable scuff, like fuck.
Air Forces, I mean, that's like their one downside, especially if they're white. Can't trust anyone in black forces if they're wearing them.
He had a check.
Yeah, for sure. I messed up so many pairs of Air Forces. I almost stop wearing them after I wear them like 10 times, or I have to like clean them pretty good.
See, I feel like that's Vans for me. I feel like I've ran through so many Vans. It's ridiculous.
I love Vans.
I do love Vans, man. I love them.
Yeah, those are the Day of the Deads right there.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah.
Oh, those are clean.
And you can't see the skulls all the time. It's usually if the light hits it perfect, you'll be able to check them out.
Oh,
and they're probably like only like $125 maybe. Yeah, they might be a little bit more.
Nice.
Nowadays, yeah, probably a little bit more.
Yeah.
With the resale game.
Damn, those are pretty fire ass shoes for.
Yeah, I like those. I still wear them sometimes.
I only got one pair of Air Force Ones ever.
I mean, I remember.
So you got the Space Jam?
Yeah, the Space Jam ones.
Them are actually pretty
sick,
cool.
though,
Yeah.
So those are the first pair of Air Forces I ever bought.
It's a good pair to have.
Yeah. So
Man, my first shoe that put me on, I was over here thinking, I'm like, damn, what was my first shoe that put me on? I'm going to have to say the Fire Air Force.
Okay.
And you copped those?
Yeah, yep.
That's fire.
And I copped them when they came out in like, I want to say like 8 or something like that. They came out like a long time ago. But and then right after that, I had got the Space Jams, the original Space Jams. I went on a tear for a little bit. Then I got
you did.
I got those, and I got the white metallic 5s.
I remember when you went on your tear.
But then, like when I was in high school, I had bronze, I had KDs, I had everybody's. So I had like I had customized bronze for basketball when I hooped. I had the all black bronze. I had the Bad Apple KDs. I was going on a tear. Texas
They
KDs.
were going stupid back then.
Man,
too.
and they're not like what it is nowadays though.
Nah.
I just seen the colorway the other day. I'm like, man, they're not the same no more.
The first pair of bronze I ever bought was they're the Buckeyes.
Them are nasty too.
The Buckeyes where it had a Buckeye on the strap with a little Velcro.
The 6s.
Why don't I know what those look like?
The Soldier 6s.
Yes.
Yup.
His Christmas days are always pretty fire, though. I will give him that. Are you going to pull those up? Because I kind of want to see them. Yeah, I want to see those bad. Like the Christmas days still to this day. Can I reverse it? Can I ask you a question, though?
Go ahead.
Tell me about buying shoes in 08, especially like hype shoes before Hype Beast was a thing.
See, when I bought them, I didn't buy them directly from the store. I like knew somebody who was getting them before like shoe selling was kind of big,
right?
Like, and he had bots back then. I'm assuming bots been around way longer than I can imagine.
Since the internet, probably.
Exactly.
I don't know, but yeah.
So when I was in high school, I knew a dude that was getting sneaks all the time. So I mean, he went to school with me. So when we started hooping, I was telling him about some of the things like the KDs and the bronze, and then he hit me with him. So then that's how I started getting a little bit more.
That's fire.
Actual J's and shit. Yep. But it was like some of them was actually resale because like them Space Jams that came out way longer than that. But I was paying a little bit more. But I was working at the time, so I'm working, playing basketball. So it's like, fuck it, I might as well.
I love that, though.
Hell yeah.
People don't even realize, like, you used to have to, it was, I don't want to say that, but you almost had to know a guy. You had to have a plug for sneakers before the internet.
And it almost to this day, because, I mean, not too many times have I ever hit a sneaker on sneakers.
No, StockX, none of that.
I've bought a shoe off of StockX before.
I have, but it's only if I'm going to wear it.
Oh, yeah, and I have. I bought my OVOs off of StockX.
Yeah.
So, and I've worn those a few times. I wore those at SneakerCon, actually, and I couldn't find that shoe there for shit. I was like, you got any OVOs?
I would have took them off right there. Like, you know what? I'm going to put these back in the box.
My dad said the same thing. He was like, bro, you could take those off and probably just resell them. You like the only one in here right now. I'm like, I didn't bring no other shoe, though. They were
Buy one.
Yeah, man. I don't like the, like, honestly, I looked at it like, if I'm going to buy a resale shoe, like, I would have went home and I would just bought it off my brother. Like, I'd rather just give it. Yeah, I'd rather support my brother. Like, no offense to everybody that's out there, like, but like,
if I know somebody that's doing it, I'm going to support him.
Yeah,
like Joe
like,
Schmo from down the street.
Facts.
Right.
So these,
Damn, those are hard body right there.
Yeah, actually, that's actually when I used to play basketball a lot, even though I was never good.
I would hoop in those for sure.
I beat those to
I was
shit.
about to say, you wore those to death.
I wore those to death.
Ooh.
You said
those are
you
fire.
hooped a lot, Jacob.
When I had these shoes, yes.
Speaking of hooping, man.
But one of my favorite pairs of shoes that ever came out that I never bought, you have them still. The LeBron gummy graffitis.
Yep.
those are probably still one of my favorite shoes to this day.
Put away in the vault.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that many LeBrons. I never really sold them, or never even had like. I rocked like the Soldiers and stuff like those are LeBrons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers, yeah.
Yep.
But
So
they sound fire.
Right,
I
yeah.
got his main line. I got a bunch of his. I got the King's Pride. I got the Armory Slate 11s. I got the, like he said, the Free Gum Graffiti 9s. I got the Kentucky 9s. I got a pair of 10s. I started collecting the 9 through shit up until his latest shoe. I ain't gonna lie. I've been collecting at least one pair of every line just because I know
That's
they're gonna
good.
be worth something.
Okay, those are fire then. So they're
No,
like
I don't have
mid-tops.
those.
Oh no, you got.
I got the 9s. Those
The
are
9s,
the 11s.
yeah,
I got the
those are
King
11s.
Prides and Armory Slate.
And King
11s.
Prides are nasty. When those first came out, everybody slept on them, man. Them are nasty. That's what it's going for, 5'10".
It's crazy.
That's a ticket.
So I think like on the NBA like sneaker god, I think PJ Tucker has the
Is the
best
GOAT.
He
sneaker
is the
collection.
GOAT. He be getting shoes of other players
Before they get 'em.
Yeah, he had a pair of
Shit like
Giannis'
that
shoes
colorways.
before
Yeah,
Giannis. had a
Giannis
pair.
looked at him
That's
like,
insane.
I don't even got those yet, and they're my shoe. Like it's like,
He's
Oh.
like literally a
Oh.
walking shoe billboard. People, and he gets them for like either cheap or for free because like people fuck with him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What's
I wish
up?
I had his plugs.
What's up,
Right.
ain't it?
That's
Fuck
all
with me
marketing,
like
though.
that.
You know
Yeah,
somebody,
hell yeah.
you build that relationship, they will bless you just because he's probably telling his people, like, if
Exactly.
you want them early, mess with this dude.
I think he got a pair of Carmelo's Jordans, like the Puerto Rican colorways, like the Puerto Rico's colorways of like the 4s, I believe. He was like, and they were only exclusive to the team there. He was like, how did you even get your hands on these? Like, Melo didn't even have a pair. That's the crazy part.
That's
his
crazy.
His name on the shoe, and he still don't got a pair.
No, that's nuts. And another person would be DJ Khaled.
Yeah. his
But
shit
DJ
He's
Khaled,
making shoes?
no, he
just-
got put on by that one kid. So I can't even like. Well, I'm not saying put on by that one kid, but that one kid definitely helps DJ Khaled out a lot. I think it's
Is it Sean?
no man. What's his name? He was young when he first met thing. He's the one how he got the red Yeezy Octobers. That's who sold him those, and then after that, he
Word.
started fucking with him. After that,
Yeah.
it was some young cat. I can't think of his name right now, man.
The young kids are the ones that own the stores right now.
Mhm.
They got the resale stores. They're doing crazy good
I
right
was in Michigan at Great Lakes Crossing Outlets, and there was just this little store in the cut. It's called Rewind. I'm like, let me go see what they about. Literally, all resale shit.
Mhm.
Like some of the prices, I'm like, damn, like they making money.
Yeah.
Even some of the shirts that they had, like they could have been like anime crossed with American shirts, and it's like, what? Like, how do you obtain some of these things? Like,
Thrifting.
That's when
Yeah,
my
I love thrifting.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, thrifting is so. I've learned so much from this guy, just how he thrifts.
Yeah.
Be some dripping thrift.
Is that your vibe right
Yeah,
there?
that's my little go-to.
I like
Yeah,
that.
a little hobby.
Benjamin Kicks.
I'm terrible at it.
Benjamin, yep. There.
He met him at 16 years old.
Wow. He was a kid then. for
That's what I'm
real.
saying. Like, met him at 16 years old. He, like,
made him a million.
I
looking
was
at,
gonna say, yeah, blessed him with some.
you got Odell as a client, like
I told-
DJ Khaled. Like, I'm
shit.
telling you, man, it's crazy.
I told my stepdaughter, I'm like, look, if you don't want a real job, that's fine, but do something. Like, look up a side hustle. I was like, shit, learn how to thrift or something.
Tell people there's a
I said
1,001 ways to $1
something.
million.
I said, you about to be
just gotta find one that
16.
you're
You
good
gonna
at.
have your license soon. She takes her
Right.
test next week. I'm like, you don't have
She
to.
was in your car?
She's using the Jeep because she don't like driving my truck.
I will say that's one thing about this new generation. Like, they're not so savvy on getting jobs. They're more so of a entrepreneur base, and I'm like, I like
That's
that.
Yeah,
fine.
that is a good thing.
Yeah.
They have to find their hobby.
Because I told her, I said, look, if you don't want a regular job, that's fine. But you're smart enough to figure it out. I said, I'm here. I said, I got people that can help you. I said, but you're going to have to do your homework to see what really piques your interest to try to make some income for yourself. Because I told her straight up, I ain't going to be paying for you to drive your friends around in our cars.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
Facts.
My mom told me there's one time I made $60 driving people around in high school. She's like, you put that in my gas tank. Took out my wallet, gave her 40. I said, I keep this.
I remember when you
She
started
said you could
asking
do
me
that.
for
I said,
gas
okay.
money. He was pissed. He was like, "Yeah, I need like $5, bro, if you want me to come pick you up." I was like, "What?
You said
Like,
what?
When does taxing start?"
And this is back in so Jacob was like the Uber before Uber was
oh
ever
my
a
God.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
was-
Ride Connect.
Man,
I was the first one in my grade to really have my license. And
Oh, yeah.
I just knew a lot of people.
I had a friend like that. Thank God for him too. Thank God.
great guy.
Shout out Rex, man. I'm thinking of you, dog.
But yeah, shit, like I would get everybody's like, Jacob, you doing anything tonight? I'm like, nah. You got the car.
Yep.
You got the car.
Let's go bowling.
Right. You got me. You got me. Sure, I got you.
Was it you? Remember when we were smoking that one time and he was driving us around? It was like 10, 15 people, and he wanted to go home. He started having a meltdown. Remember that shit? He was like, "You were like, Jacob, you're all right. I said, you got to stay." He's like, "I don't want to stay. No, I want to go home."
Yeah, we were young and we got really fucked up, right?
Oh,
and
I remember.
He really had like an anxiety breakdown and just wanted to go home in the middle of the night on some hot boy shit too. Just like, and he could tell he fucked up, and it was like, "Jacob, calm down. You're just like paranoid, bro. It's the weed. It's the climate." Right. Like he was really like fucked. It was,
dude.
funny.
I vaguely remember that, but now I do.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
It was probably like almost midnight at some random park. Like, Jacob, you got to calm down.
You got to calm down. You got to take us all home. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I got this.
Try to snap yourself back.
You're right.
Yep.
Oh,
Terrible.
It happens. We all have our moments.
Yeah, we do. That's facts.
But you brought up Taylor.
Yep.
And it says up here that you're a father.
Yeah. Yep. I got a daughter. She's gonna be 2 soon, which is kind of cool, man. It's cool watching them grow into their own person.
What's her name?
Mia.
Dope.
Yep.
Walking and talking.
Yeah, she's talking a little bit. She's definitely learning to communicate more.
Nice.
So if
Right.
she can't talk, she'll grab my finger because little baby hands. That'll melt your heart when they grab your finger. And
hell
they're
yeah.
No.
this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because me and Clifton both got Mars too, right?
Yep.
And my son turns 4 this year.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's like, Dad, I want this, and sometimes I can't. I'm like, dude, show me. Because if I can't understand your mumble right now, then I'll be like, all right, come here. I want this.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay, bro, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking him to the science center later on too.
Oh, nice,
That's
nice.
dope. How old is yours?
2.
Okay, so yeah, pretty close with me, a little bit older, but those are cool ages right now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah. My brother
I like
got 2
it.
kids, man. That's just
They're
so
a
dope.
handful, but it's
That's
fun.
crazy.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they can be for sure.
They want to,
I love the kids. Can't afford them.
Dang,
short ass
I'm
attention
talking.
span. Dad, I want to do this. 5 minutes later. All right,
On
let's
to
do
the
this
next.
now. All
Yep.
right, let's do this now. Parker, you got to pick up your puzzle. I don't want to. We can do that later. Parker, let's pick it up first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, like you legit
Yep.
created your own race, and like you're the leader. You have to tell them like what to do, what to say, how to move. So it's like it's different.
Yeah.
So Tristan, like when you first had your daughter, what was the like moment for you? Where like, oh man, this is like a real thing. Like I have a whole other person that's like a mini me.
Depending on you for
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, it was weird because Mia was born at the very beginning of quarantine. So like even the week of, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed in there. There was so much talk, so much uncertainty. Mm-hmm. So when we got there, thank God I was allowed in.
Oh, you were? That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I was allowed. We stayed there for 3 days. They got us out quick. Everything went smooth. We got home. Hadn't really slept like the first 2 nights and wanted to so bad. And my parents, her parents, no one could come. And that's when it set in like, oh, you're raising a baby in quarantine. Deal with it, dude. Deal with it.
For sure, for sure.
Got
Wasn't it
clients
fun?
calling me. It was crazy. It was like trying to juggle all that was a lot, but it definitely taught me a lot of things about myself and what it means to be a parent, for sure.
Hell yeah.
kind of learn on the fly there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I got to do this on my own now.
Right.
I can't call my mom. Hey, come over, help me.
Yeah.
You know.
And obviously since then it's changed, but grateful for my support group for sure. My family, Mia's mom's family, Mia's mom, it's awesome.
So you guys co-parent, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, yep.
That's what's up. See, I think that's always important for a child.
Yeah.
Like
it's somewhat fresh.
Right.
Not too fresh. It's been about 4 or 5 months now, but yeah.
Okay.
It works.
Exactly.
Long ain't no bullshit, man. Like I heard the other day about what happened at McDonald's, man.
That breaks my heart, man.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to high school with my sister. You knew her. Leaving 4 babies behind. Like that's
okay. So
as a parent,
so
it's
it was just like
sad.
a drive-by, or what is that?
No, it was her
That was
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
her
planned.
ex-boyfriend who also had previous charges against him for messing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Judge let him out on bail, and yeah, it's like
Domestics are terrible that way.
it's terrible, bro. It's like so sick, and it's like those 4 kids don't have their mom anymore. Like, and a parent that like bugged me, like to where it's like, I had no words, like because I put that try to imagine my situation.
Mm-hmm.
What if something happened to Shanta?
You'd be crushed.
Now,
The
my son
family
doesn't
would be
have my
crushed.
son and my daughter don't have a mom anymore, or something happened to me. It's like you don't have that comfort anymore. You don't have who you run up to and say, "Mom, that's mom."
And on the same side too, the dad too. I mean, if he was ever around in their life, now he ain't.
Right.
You know, for
Right.
sure.
They're both gone.
They're both gone. Yeah,
Just like that.
That's terrible.
And shout out to the dads that want to be dads, because there's a lot of like guys out there that just like are.
I love being a dad, man. That's fun.
Being a dad is dope.
See,
It's an honor for sure. But
One
there
day.
is
I love
plenty
being
that
an
don't.
uncle.
I'm
I'm that cool uncle though, so I feel like that sometimes is just as important as being as a good dad.
That's a badge of honor right there.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
For sure.
I was cool uncle, right? At one point.
You were the right uncle, like you said earlier.
Call him the ride on.
You depend on Jacob for like Taco Bell and like other like.
I'm telling you, bowling. Me and Jacob would always go bowling. He would always get Taco Bell. I was forced to eat Taco Bell as a young individual. I haven't ate Taco Bell probably since high school though. Like, no bullshit. Probably even before.
I haven't
high
had
school.
Taco Bell probably in a year and a half, 2 years.
That's a lot. But
Dead ass. I'm dead ass.
They got chicken wings now. You seen that?
At Taco Bell?
Yes.
I see that.
Came out with it.
That's funny.
God bless all the bowels of the people who eat chicken wings in that place. Do not eat chicken from a
Someone said,
Taco.
how'd they get chicken wings in the shortage?
yeah, that's my whole thing too.
I don't know.
Wingstop
Chicken.
can't even get chicken
Stop
wings
before
right
people
now.
in a black van come pick you up. And now.
Man, my brother posted this picture like it was the chicken wings they was eating, and it said shit busting for real. And I just seen it. I'm like, man, this dude's crazy. So I thought he really ate it. So I go up there, I go to talk to him. I'm like, bro, man, you all right? He's like, yeah. Why? I'm like, I seen you ate them Taco Bell chicken wings. Nigga. He's like,
Some
no,
mental
bro, I
health check.
photoshopped that and put it on there. He said, bro, I got over like 200 comments on my thing.
Get the fuck out. He faked the photo.
Yeah.
Your brother's a legend.
Yeah, shit
Don't
was
even know
funny
he's a
as
legend.
fuck, bro. He showed me all these people like, man, you're dirty, like you're disgusting.
I'm dirty. That's the funniest part because I see that. I'm like,
I ain't paying no mind. I was like, you know
I was
what?
like that too. I was
Wow.
like, hold up. Noah said that they were.
He said shit
busting?
busting for real. I was
And I'm like, Noah don't strike me as a dude that would eat Taco Bell wings. So I'm like,
but it's
I
funny
don't
because
know.
that's what he would say. Like that's the exact line
Right, oh, yeah.
what he would say.
Right.
I'm
I
like,
was just
man,
like,
maybe
no.
he did try him and serve shit. I don't know.
He's a
man.
character because I seen him at the gym too. And I'm like, ain't no fucking way you're doing that,
Ain't
bro.
no.
Absolutely
Nah,
not.
man, that was funny. It's
Photo
funny. No more
shots.
too, man. Shout out to my brothers, man. They funny.
Okay,
Funny
so
as hell.
2022. This is a new year, right? So like, Tristan, is there anything new you want to get into this year?
Or for your podcast. Like, how, do you have any ways you want that to grow?
Definitely. Yeah, I always take the new year to kind of reflect. I would definitely say sometimes it is a little bit weird because we get into situations in life, I put all the things aside, where you have to reflect on like who's in your circle, who's there for good reasons or genuine reasons, and who's there to potentially sabotage, whether they know it or not, or there to just maybe hold you back or add a weight. And it's never easy. I'm someone who I feel a little bit too much, so goodbyes have always been hard. I'd say in the last 3 years, I've definitely focused on not getting too attached and learning how to deal with the goodbyes. So, this year alone, I cut off probably 10 people that were in my circle that just needed to go. They showed their colors, things like that. And I noticed it allowed me to start kind of thinking more for me again. So that was definitely a big thing. Quick on no contact, cut it off, keep moving. As far as the podcast goes, though, it's grown faster than I thought it would from, making it available on all platforms, which I didn't realize it was super easy to do. I noticed you guys are all on everything.
Yeah.
Stupid. At first I'm looking at it, then I just Googled it okay, what do we necessarily got? I'm like, hold up, I just got to upload our feed to this and that's it? I was like,
Yep.
Oh, shit.
The
Okay.
RSS feed.
Yeah, that's it.
So easy.
That's why I tell people, I'm like, I don't think people understand how easy it is to access everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's
Like,
very easy, but
you
it
have
also
to teach
takes
them.
work, though.
It does.
also takes work, how we was telling him, before we got on, how we went from a little ass on board to this big ass thing. It's the concept is easy to understand. It's when you got to start adding everything together, how much money, how much time, and how much effort it's going to take. Because shit, we have a weekly Discord meeting just so we're prepared.
That's dope. You guys are just all in that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We have a group chat. We bounce ideas off of each other and stuff like that. So it's we try to be as prepared as possible, whether it's just us or if we have a guest, because we how you said, you appreciate our quality. because that's what we like to do. Like, he pushes me to be way better.
You need that.
Yes. Like, yeah, I've even told him this. He's like, Jacob, why you only putting 80% in? Like, damn, he caught me. Like, John, I'm not a robot though. I don't seek perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I seek quality. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I think I'm the same way.
It's funny you say that because I feel like Cliff is like that for me. He's like, man, I always see you grinding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we both motivate each other, like, to, like, just keep working as much as what we do.
Daily.
And stay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, daily. Like, and that goes with the snap streak. You know what I mean? Like, I damn near see what he does every day. Like, I see what you do every day. So, it's pretty fun to do, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel about me and him, for real.
Yeah.
I love how you're growing, man. I just appreciate you.
I think your guys' tattoos, you know, to just add up to each other.
Okay, wait, so how many tattoos do you have?
Ooh.
He said, ooh.
I don't know. So, definitely probably like close to 30. I haven't counted, but once you have sleeves and like filler, it is somewhat hard. Like, do you have sleeves? I'm assuming you do.
Damn, this dude. I got sleeves on my chest, on my legs. I want to get my stomach done. That's like later down the road, but like,
dude, the legs hurt like a motherfucker.
That shin, oh my god,
dude. I just got an anime piece on my shin.
What'd you get?
I got Rui from Demon Slayer, a little spider boy.
Okay. It's another anime I need to get into.
It was, when I was like, hey, do it black and gray, I thought he was going to do black. He took gray ink and just blasted my shins. I was like, bruh, I never wanted to tap out. I got my neck, my hand, all my arms. That was hands down the worst tattoo I've ever had.
I have one on my back that says, with God, all things are possible. And it was the weirdest sensation I ever got. He went over my left shoulder blade, and my right elbow went numb. And then he went over this shoulder blade, this elbow went numb. Strangest feeling I've ever got while getting a tattoo. I was like, this is really fucking weird right now. Like, this is like, I don't know how to react.
Don't you have like a tramp stamp too?
No, fuck you. Okay. That's John that says enter here, okay?
Okay, no.
Okay.
Starry Night.
Starry
Galaxy.
No. No, but yeah, I guess like this year we just want I'm real big on like manifesting like exactly what you want and being intentional.
Yeah, see it.
So like I guess for the podcast we want to just expand more and grow. So like what's some advice you would give to like other people who want to create a podcast is to like do?
Yeah, definitely. I always think like the implementation of video was huge because people can see my demeanor. There's a lot of things that I say that can be left up to the viewer if they don't have something to see. They're not looking at my mannerisms or if I'm smiling when I say something. You know, I'm like been using the word cocksucker a lot. If I call someone a cocksucker and they don't see I'm smiling like I am right now, they could be like, oh man, he's got beef with Dwayne The Rock Johnson right now. Just call him a cocksucker. You know? So video is huge. Not even for that reason, but people like to feel more engaged. You know, so that probably would be the best thing. You know, the quality's there with you guys. You're on all platforms, right? I know you're on Apple and Spotify for sure.
Apple, Spotify, Google. We had to do an Amazon account. We just submitted a request for Pandora. And
we're on YouTube
the
and
major
Facebook,
ones.
and you know, so we have those videos, but it's just video. It's not
like, and we used to
it's just audio.
Yeah. We used to do weekly videos like Sports Talk Wednesdays, Motivational Mondays, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we haven't done them in a while. So, but I think once we like figure it out for this setup down here and get stuff proper,
get a little easier.
We'll get there.
Yeah, that'll be definitely cool. I knew that the podcast grew immediately once I was able to add that YouTube channel. So I'm definitely grateful for that. And I would say that, that would be the biggest thing because everything else is perfect. And I commend you guys for all being able to make this work. The first podcast I ever had was a group, pretty similar in the amount, and it was so hard to manage. It's incredibly hard to manage. So the fact that you guys do this week in and week out with very short times and like retrospect for breaks is very impressive.
Appreciate that. It took a lot though because we've had a lot of sit down meetings with each other, like through the air, like, okay, how do you feel? Where, you know, how do you want to run it? What's your ideas? What's your ideas? So it helped us grow as a group though too.
Right.
Like it really helped us like really understand, okay, this is where our similarities lie with this podcast, but this is also where we differ at with this podcast. But I'm happy. Like this is probably like one of the best decisions I made personally.
Yeah, and that's amazing. you guys are way past the trial phase of podcasts too. You know, you got tons of episodes. So, definitely. Do you think that the podcast has found its voice?
As in what?
Is it like? Do you think it's found its lane of what it is and what it's going to continue to be?
I think, in a nutshell, our podcast is just us. In like any way we put it, you know what I mean? Like, we all speak our mind. We all try to level out the wrongs and the right of situations. So I feel like as long as we stay true to us, and I mean, we've all known each other for
10 plus,
damn near about to say a decade
years.
now. So it's just like, I feel like as long as we stay true to each other, like, we'll stay true to who's listening to us, because we're not in here lying, we're not or doing anything
shit up.
we're not doing anything. We're not.
An agenda when we talk is just literally us like trying to like find solutions, help people out with great advice, and just talk about what's current.
So and have fun with it. You gotta have fun with it.
You have to.
Because if you don't, then what's the point?
Yeah, it's a placed event for sure. Being able to come here with people that you know and trust is so important. Whether the mics were here or not, to like have the support that you guys probably all have for each other is super, super important. Helps you work things out while other people can listen in and weigh in on it.
Because they can feel that too. A listener can say, I feel your conversation because I'm going through the same thing, but it's all about relatability, I think.
Absolutely.
We try to be relatable.
That's the best teacher right there, being able to relate.
And like I told you before we started recording, like how we just like to, do outreach, have different entrepreneurs on, have different people on. Like we have, we're going to have a former teacher on in a couple months that we used to have that listen to our show. Like he messaged him and was like, oh, I listened.
Cool.
I was
so
like,
cool.
That's awesome. What? We've had an officer from Illyria talk about difficult conversations that you don't really want to have, but it's important to have.
Yeah, I've considered that. How was that? Was it good?
It was good. It was a great episode.
And I feel like what makes us very relatable is that we're all like, we have different backgrounds and we come from 5 different walks of life. So that's like, and when you have a big audience, you're going to have like people who, again, relate to each walk that we come from.
Yeah, they like pick their favorite character in a way.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
It's usually me, then Ash, and then Cliff, and then
this guy.
Yeah, no.
John. A lot of people don't really call in about Jake, though. So.
Yeah, people are like, who's Jacob? Like, why is he even there?
The Glizzy Guzzler.
Glizzy God, Henny Waster. I got a bunch of nicknames that go
Henny
on the
Waster,
show.
Yeah, that's the worst one.
Speaking
of.
Okay, so
started.
Don't do that.
You got Duce in that cup, you don't even deserve it.
That's Duce, that's the next level up.
I think
so long story short, I'll tell the story. Yeah, because I wasn't there, and I feel like I should have been there. Because I would have smacked the shit out you if I was there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just for Ash. So it was, I want to say, your bachelor weekend.
Yes, we were in Miami.
It was both of our respective birthday weekends.
The whole crew was in Miami?
No, just them. He took a separate. It was them 3. He took a separate vacation, and I was stuck in Lorain by myself. Just
why you gotta say it like that?
I mean, that's the truth. I was, no cash. I couldn't come in here and do my thing, So, but I guess they were at a club where they got bottles, and they were venturing off to the next spot.
I was beyond faded, by the way.
Okay.
So,
yes. I was halfway there.
And that's what it was. I looked him in his eyes and said, "You're not as drunk as what I want you to be because it's his birthday." But he didn't want to get that drunk because his birthday was the next day. Literally,
he wanted to be rested.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had a bottle or whatever. Got a big styrofoam cup, whatever.
Yeah, it was a big plastic cup.
Yeah.
Poured it out because they couldn't obviously take that bottle outside the club. Look at what I'm saying. So he looked at him. He gave him the cup. He said, "I want you to drink this. I want you to get drunk." Again, he said, "I'm not going to do it." He proceeded to go to the nearest trash can and throw away. How much was it? How much?
It was a full cup. It was a full cup.
No, how much dollar amount?
Just to digress, I got 2 bottles from this club. Mind you, everything's
so
expensive.
We're in Miami Beach. In Miami Beach, Ocean Drive.
Right, so probably around like 175 a bottle, maybe.
It was more than that. I think it was
probably a little bit more, right? So 1 cup is for me, 1 cup.
Look at him. He won't even look at
it.
Yeah.
Because he sinned.
Decides to pour the whole cup. Just drop it right in the trash can. And I'm like, okay, Jacob.
Yep, that one there's a violation.
That's a violation for sure.
Oh, they kicked the back of your knee.
Any words, Jacob?
I would have told you to go swim with the sharks.
I fucked up.
Y'all was in Miami? Oh, yeah.
I fucked up.
Out of Bayhart would butchered your ass.
That's fine. I fucked up, okay? I fucked up. I dropped, I dropped the bag. I fumbled it. Okay.
You purposely did it though.
I fumbled the fucking bag. Okay.
No, you dropped it. You didn't fumble.
Well, actually, I didn't drop it. I just set it in the container. Nice, very nicely.
In retrospect, I mean, I'll let it go.
I fucked up.
It's a new year, so don't do it again.
I turned 30 this year.
Okay, so
wait, how
you
old?
turned 30 this year?
Yeah.
Nah, I thought you were my age or younger.
No, I turned 30 this
we're the
year.
youngest
Yeah,
ones.
that would make sense. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I turned.
They all graduated in 11.
11. Okay, so I was a freshman then. Did you graduate in 14?
Yep.
Okay, so we were
Clearview,
freshmen.
yep.
Okay.
I went to Clearview. I was supposed to go to school with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you should have.
My mom pulled it.
Where, Lorain?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They would have been the first. They were the first Lorain high class.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
And I would have been the first like full.
Who's your mom?
Megan Taliano. Miss Taliano, Miss T. She teaches like LD, so you guys probably might not know her, but
might have met
she'll
her.
go into classes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jacob might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I had an IEP in high school. I was in that wing.
we all had to take OG cheese. Jacob just loved
Oh
to
my
glorify
goodness.
how.
You only had to
I didn't
pass
like
one.
to glorify. Okay.
I skated through life.
I didn't need to pass.
Yeah,
any
he's
of them.
never really been tested in life.
Oh
He just
my
everything was like.
goodness.
That's why we're so hard on them now.
So look, I was able to not have to have that as a requirement to graduate high school, but I did take the test like everybody else did. I took it as many times as I could because I wanted to prove to myself because I didn't like having a tutor. That was something, how when you're in life, it's like you don't want to be looked at differently because you get this or that. Right. I felt that a lot. Like there would be times where, like my mom, why don't you go to your tutor? Like they can help you. I'm like, but I don't. I didn't feel like I
Fucking
needed help.
hard-headed, sounds like.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I needed help.
Was
Like
it
I'm like,
independent?
no.
I wanna do it.
Right. Like I was independent. I wanted to do it myself. But then as I got older, I had to realize, Jacob, it's okay to get help.
Yeah.
If you genuinely need help, get help.
Yep.
I think that was like an ego thing for you.
It was.
Yes,
It was a
for
very
sure.
big ego thing with me.
Yeah. A lot of people deal with that.
Especially in
like,
high school. You got people looking at you like, oh, he got to go there. Oh, he gets special. It's like, bitch, don't talk about me like that.
Right.
Like, and it's, in high school, especially like that. Like, especially when I got picked on and shit. Like, that shit did fuck with me.
I can tell the emphasis on bitch.
Yeah. I would fucking hate that shit. Like, oh, you get to. Like, yeah, I get to. Because you don't learn like me and I don't learn like you.
Man, I remember one time I seen somebody messing with Jacob. I pulled out. I don't even remember who I was with. They was in the car. I'm like, stop the car. Pull out. I get squaring up. Like, what's up? Y'all fucking with Jacob? Like, Jacob's like, no, it ain't that serious. I'm like, nah, fuck this. Like, I just was riding down the street. Was good. Like,
and that's my nephew for you.
I like that.
Little firecracker. Like,
man, bro. Back in the day, but that was the closest thing that I had to big brother because I was the oldest. So I'm like, damn, I'm the oldest. Everything, oldest grandson, oldest cousin, oldest fucking son. Everything, anything you name, man. That's like this
can't
is like
let your uncle get bitched out.
you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like the closest thing to my big brother, nah, bro. We gotta work. You gotta work with me now. Like,
So you were the cool uncle. To answer your story, he just said you were like his brother. So there you go.
nah,
I had moments.
nah. He was the closest one. Like him and Leah were like, well, Leah was a year younger than me, a sister, but that was like the closest people to my age that were my family. Like, you know what I mean? Like most of my cousins were either younger or way older.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like
Same
no
with
in
me.
between.
My cousins are close in age with me. I'm the oldest of like all boys. So me and the second in line with me, there's a 10-year gap. So you can only imagine, like, they're in high school right now.
Damn.
Which is crazy.
Hell
so
yeah. Times has changed,
I get it,
man.
I get it.
Hell yeah.
But you said something that I definitely relate with. Of like, you guys both did. Like, it's okay to say you need help. It's okay to like humble yourself and put the ego to the side and ask for help. I preach that a lot on the show. Like, you got to put your mental health first.
Oh yeah,
That's
we do
the
a mental
biggest-
health check every episode.
Yeah.
I'm a full blown advocate of like mental wealth. Like if you're not mentally well and emotionally, spiritually, whatever, like if you're not well, period, your life is unbalanced and it messes with you on
I learned that
so many levels.
I learned that hard 4 years ago. Me and my fiance had a miscarriage, and at that time, I got that. I was just realizing I did have anxiety, but I didn't realize how severe it was. I used to drink a lot of fucking Mountain Dew, and I learned that.
Fucking love the Dew.
And I learned that with that high caffeine, and me having anxiety, I would have many anxiety attacks like 3-4 times a day. Like my body would get really hot, sweat, next thing chills. My doctor was like, "You need to like chill the
fuck
caffeine."
out,
right?
He was like, "You really have to think about your life,
Longevity wise."
Yeah, longevity, and just being more and realizing like when we had the miscarriage, I didn't really cope. I just fuck. It sucked, but I just kept pushing. I never really guessed. My mind never really let me process it.
Right. Well, you probably didn't want to take the time to. It's not the easiest thing to do for sure.
And then I had a boss tell me who was like, "It's not uncommon. Do some reading." And like for that boss to tell me that, and like how much respect I had for him, I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like,
hell yeah.
I had to like really like take a passenger seat and be like, "Okay, you got to realize it from this point of view." So I'm like, all right. So
it's important though.
Shit. Well, I mean, like some people like get told before, like you can't even have kids. Like I know a couple people that got like cysts on their ovaries, and it's like you potentially might not be able to have kids because this is blocking certain things to where you can't. It won't go through.
Right. And then, like, in your early childhood, we touched on this, like, a couple episodes ago, like, you'll have traumatic, like, experiences early on. And, Clifton, you can advocate for this, too. Like, it's called suspended adolescent, where, like, we're, like, 20-something, but, like, mentally, some people are still, like, 4 or 5 years old dealing with that trauma.
Yeah, you'll revert back to
your
the time
spot.
you kind of felt safe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Safe spot. That's perfect, yeah.
And, like, healing's never, like, an easy process. Like, we're all still probably healing now, but it's just, like, how you approached the perspective of it and, like, how you decide to digest it, per se. So.
And like how you said, like, I think we all have a way of finding our safe spot when we have a rough time, especially when we're older. Whether it's going back to, it could be as simple as going back to watching a nostalgia cartoon. Take you back to that Saturday morning where shit was simple. Got your bowl of cereal, got your cartoons going, and just remembering the simple time.
Yeah, you're at peace.
Yeah, like I had those moments when I'm chilling with my son. Like it could be Saturday morning, I throw on the whole old animated Spider-Man.
Yep.
And just like remember the time I used to watch that, getting ready for school with my sister. Like just remembering this is where you're at now.
Right.
This is your comfort, but this is where you're at now.
My Jamie actually played this sound on TikTok yesterday of a bird that I used to hear every fucking morning when I used to wake up.
I heard that.
And it was like an owl right behind it that I used to hear every morning and night. And I was like, and it took me right back to my room on 18th Street. And like, and I was just waking up and I can smell the wind. I can smell the outside, the grass, hear something being cut in the distance. I'm like, God, how do you do that? Like, how do you find a sound that can like take me back
nostalgia
to a place like that, and like, and I see,
smell,
and
your
feel
body.
it. It's crazy.
It's your body remembering that time of when it was at peace, or just a simpler time.
That's insane because I go to literally the same spot. I'm on fucking West 6th Street, window open, summer morning. Everything's the same. That's insane. But yeah, I know the exact sound you're talking about.
I don't know how they did it. Shit creeped me the fuck out.
Right.
TikTok,
We're in
man.
the simulation, man.
Oh God!
And you know what's
Say that one more time, Tristan.
Say that again,
We're
Tristan.
in what?
We're in the simulation.
And you know what's funny about y'all saying that? Like,
This guy
I sat
thinks
on
I'm
the
insane.
squatter yesterday, and I was like thinking about it on the John. I was like, you know what? Life is like,
On
you know,
the
when
John.
I was like, life is like, you know what? When you start doing shit, like it is technically an algorithm. If you work out every day, like your body will get used to this algorithm.
Yep.
The energy around you will start shifting towards like your lifestyle doing that. And it was like, and like, for instance, and if you smoke every day, like your algorithm would be set where you're just spending money every week, complaining about shit, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, and I was thinking about that. I was like, I need a healthier algorithm. Like I like the algorithm I'm on, but how can I improve it since we are in a simulation? So that's my advice to everybody. If you believe in that theory of life being a simulation, try to upgrade your algorithm. Don't get stuck in the plain everyday one because it ain't gonna change. You're gonna be like a TikTok channel that has the same ass content.
Right.
Don't want that.
The dance.
Every time we come back to you just got on a different outfit.
Right.
Exactly. Different day.
Jacob, you want to say something?
And I was asking
You looking at me like
He an
I was-
NPC.
I'm not saying shit no more.
No, 'cause I told him, I'm like, literally, like, we're all in a space. Like, right now, we're exactly where we're supposed to be. And then it's like, after this, you decide what you want to do. So, like, I want people to get off autopilot and be, like, your own person. Grab the wheel and take control of your life, basically. Because, like, if you don't, everything's just going to be, like, on cruise control.
No one's going to do it for you.
No. You want something to happen, get off your ass and do it.
That's crazy because, like, you say that, and I had, because I was sick. I was sick week of Christmas. I had COVID, and I was thinking in my bed, like, just thinking about, like, like kind of like what you just said, like get off your ass and do it. And I was like, man, I got to do my paperwork for my job because I'm self-employed, so I have to keep my charts up. My charts weren't kept up to date, and I'm like, at any moment, I can get a call and say, oh shit, Jake, you gotta have your shit together for a review. So like, for sure, once I was feeling better, getting my shit together, I'm like, this feels better. Like I feel like I'm not procrastinating as much. Yeah. So it's kind of like I need to give myself that kick in the ass. Like, Jake, what the fuck you doing?
I'll kick you in the ass if you need it
for free.
For free.
Yeah, procrastinating will put a weight on you that you can't even recognize until it's done.
Right.
Because you're sitting there rushing to do it last minute and shit, and then after you half-assed it or just fucking, bullshit it, it's like...
You start looking around like, damn.
It's weird, though, because, like, when I was in college, like, when it came to papers, like, I would literally procrastinate and wait because, like, my most brilliant writing would come at the last minute, and I'm like... That's my process. But like
that is true though.
Yeah. But I feel like you're like at that point, like you're forcing your brain to think like more than it usually does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess for me, like I like to see something and I'll let it sit.
Me too. I like come back to it. I'll walk around. I'm like, all right, looking at it. This is what I got to do. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna think about it, do some other shit, and
then you'll see something and get inspired. Like, oh. There it is. All right, and then I'll write.
Yeah, the notes in my phone are ridiculous just from like that reason alone. I can't sit and create just like a template for my show all in one sitting. I'll think of the 3 things on my mind, go. I'll be driving, like, because I got Apple CarPlay, I'll tell Siri, like, hey, put a note in.
Right.
This. Perfect. But, there was a study done that shows the mind does its, just for writing at least, it's best creating when it's mad, sad, or like anxious, and procrastination triggers your anxiety. So that's probably how you create some of the best work. And I honestly know that. Like if I'm in a bad headspace, sometimes the stuff that I create can be the most fire. When I went off on Game On, like I was pissed prior to going into that show and let all that out. I didn't think it was going to do that, but it definitely did.
The part that got me was like, bitch, this is fucking Lorain.
Hey, no.
I said, Lorain.
As soon as you said that,
bullshit, we're leaving. I'm like,
I said, as soon as you said that, I'm looking at this. I'm like, he just said, this is fucking golden. Like, how just that one statement just was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then, like, once I put 2 and 2 together of like him contacting you, I'm like, wait, this is him? Oh, I'm fucking in. I'm in.
Yeah. No, that
oh yeah, I seen him.
Crazy.
I seen him at Friendsgiving at the bar, man. I told him, I'm like, look, bro, I seen you. You was doing your thing, talking to everybody. I'm like, look, but I wasn't leaving this motherfucker until I talked to you, like, on some one-on-one type shit. Like, I haven't talked to them about this shit, but I know you do your own shit. So I'm like, look, I know they gonna be on it, so I might as well just market it out right now. And everything kind of unfolded how it did.
And I'm glad it did because this is cool. I like all this. It's exciting to see where you guys go in the year of 2022.
Yeah, same for you.
Thank you.
So with that being said, you want to do our mental health check, Ash?
Let's take this shot real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I just want to say while we're taking a shot, everybody listening, talk to people. Don't be scared, regardless of their status, because you never know what magic may come of it. Cheers. Oh, and we do not promote underage smoking because I know we talked about that earlier in the episode.
Or drinking.
Have to put that in there for the disclaimer.
No, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so like, are there any questions for you before I do the wellness check you have for us?
Yeah, you got any questions for us?
Let me let this process real quick.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, yeah. So I definitely do. With this dynamic, though, do you feel like you guys all equally kind of rank, or do you guys ever decide like, hey, should we have our own titles, or you guys just group hosts? Like, is there a dynamic there that you guys know exists, or is it we're all the equal parts?
Can I go part 1, you go part 2?
Okay.
Yeah, let Cliff go first.
Because like in the beginning, we went through that process somewhat towards the beginning of this when we were like figuring each other out. Like what Jacob mentioned it earlier, like we had to like vent out, get on the same page of like the similarities like we seen in this. So like we were trying to do the whole like, you're this, and then we held each other accountable, but it felt weird and it like
felt forced.
Yeah, and it felt forced, and we all told each other like we didn't like that shit. So in a weird way, this is like, if this was an animal kingdom, we all just like know our own roles. We know who each other is. We all know our roles. We don't have to like really like say it out loud or call out somebody for their description. It's like, you know what you're supposed to be doing. We hold each other accountable. And if something is expected of you, we don't expect you to know. We'll all say it, and then usually that person executes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, since like we said, you know, we're 15 years of friendship and family, of course, here. So it's like we got like, it's not like we just got together and I barely know him. I know, we know everybody very well here, and we get along really well.
The rapport is there.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like,
and we're transparent about each other's situation. If somebody has something to do, we tell each other. We don't like just spring it on one another because we understand how inconvenient that is towards somebody else's life or window. Yeah. So I think we're just like good at being transparent with one another. That's like really key in this relationship and whole podcast.
Yeah.
And as far as hosting, I think like we kind of like
we're all co-hosts.
I think like like you guys, like Jacob asked primarily like most of the questions. Like Ash will jump in like question wise, but kind of we don't have like one person says, okay, we're gonna run the show, I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna let
like how it usually flows is like like how do I explain it? Like we talk a lot in a group chat, and then like for example, if somebody has somebody that they think we should have on, they'll talk to them first, and then I'm like, all right, I'll take it over, schedule it, because I'm one of those people. I think it's the parent in me too. I like to be very organized to the best of my abilities. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me get your number. Let me see when you can come on. Let me get your bio so I can have it typed up, share it with these guys. Then he hits me back with the description for the episode. Because I know my weaknesses. I'm not a good describer. He's great at that. Cliff is great at finding news. Gabe's good at finding people. He's good with questions. He's very intelligent with his mind when it comes to question development and stuff like that. So it just fits well.
It's the perfect pieces.
Very well.
Yeah.
And in itself, like we all like have different likes. You know what I mean? Like tattoos, pumpkin spice beer, saving money, shoes.
Yeah.
About to be a soccer coach. You know what I mean? And everybody, like, we all do our own thing, and I think like we all kind of we all do have like it's like that pie chart, like there's two circles, and it's like we have our own things that are on the opposite, but we have a lot of things in the middle that we all kind of share though at the same time, and it's kind of indirectly direct connected.
Yeah. It makes the perfect show though, I will say, and not forcing it. I totally get that. When you run it like that, it almost feels like you're watching the news. Like, and now for this segment, go ahead and hit sports. It's like, hold on, no.
Because Ash was like like we tried to make, because we like his voice the most, like on here, so we tried to make him the host, and like he didn't like after a while that he was always bringing us in and having to do that, and it just like we don't like the whole like somebody holding power over somebody else, and I don't think none of us want to hold power over each other neither. So when you try to do titles and like positions and shit like that, it creates this weird power dynamic in itself, and we don't even want to deal with that.
It's like we know our roles and we just execute them.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's good.
Keep it simple.
And I guess for me, like more so, I just care about the intellectual and personal development of everyone, even you. So it's like I'll ask you questions that like help you unlock a certain level of your life, whether it just be like, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it may take for you to like, wow, he said that, let me digest it, and then, okay, move forward with it.
Yeah, so that's important.
Yeah.
My 2021 standout phrase was what I said.
Yeah. Oh, so I said, like, basically, like, if it costs you your mental health, it's too expensive.
Damn.
And I took that. He said that
tattoo
early.
Shit, put it on a t-shirt.
He said that early in the year, and I took that the whole year.
Yeah.
So then you start to evaluate, like, man, like, this job is stressful. Do I really need to be here?
Man,
like,
he does. I'm glad I'm going, bro.
I got to put a date on this, because if not, it's going to drive me crazy. So, like, you got to start putting expiration dates on certain things that you do, so, like, you can keep moving forward, keep growing, because if you're stagnant and complacent, who wants to be like that?
Right. I already started that this year with Paragon. Y'all, I already told y'all on the phone call. 8 months, and I'm sitting down again, and I'm getting more money. It ain't a negotiate. I'm getting it.
There you go. Yeah. You have to say what you want. If not, they're just going to give you what.
I was just
settle for it.
I was just lucky enough to where I got notification in my email back. Oh, you got a raise. I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool with me.
Yeah. No. So, yeah. So for Tristan, for you, just like, continue doing what you're doing, man. We, again, appreciate you coming on the show with us. Like, you. Definitely. So, no. Dial back real quick. So, were you ever like security at Game On?
At Game On?
Yeah. Would you like?
Oh, yeah.
He said rebuttal my first question.
I would probably give him another chance. I just don't know if they will. I know they are mad about it.
So they like actually like know your face up there then?
Hell yeah, they do.
Well, that video, he said it. That video was shared 1,000 times, and you know Lorain.
That's true.
It's got like almost 20,000 views on TikTok.
Hey.
A couple thousand. Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, what are they mad about though? Eazy-E said it best. All publicity is good publicity,
Facts.
good or bad. So some people gonna come there and check it out just because.
Man, I don't know. I went in the other day to get them wonton taco sliders. They were fucking out, and I was pissed as fuck. I'm like, I'm about to slide, bro.
Y'all got
Give me a Casamigos and some lemonade, and that's it.
And them dudes were just doing their job. Like, I can't be mad at them either, and I was never mad at them. I just know someone told them to do that, which is crazy to me. But they might not have the same ideas on what it means to be in hospitality that I do. So I get that, you know. I went to school for that shit, so that's why I think it should be done that way.
It was the two
Doesn't
phones.
make it right.
It was the two phones that threw him off, bro. Let's
It
be
was.
honest.
Yeah, for sure.
You the plug.
That's gonna be the title of this
And
episode.
that and I'm gonna say the tattoos. Having two phones and then you tatted as fuck. That's just like, damn, who is this motherfucker right here? It's like I feel like that's two eyebrows. Like
That's gonna be the title
anybody
of
with
this episode.
tattoos that is sleeved up, they just draw attention. Like no matter what, it's like, oh damn, you see him?
See, no, I'm trying to break all those stigmas because, like,
Right, that ain't
I'm a
right.
black male. I have locks. I have tattoos.
That's what I'm saying.
Automatically, it's like triple negatives, like stacked against me. I'm like, have a conversation with me.
Oh, if I had two phones on them,
Or if
And
you're
I
like
do have
me,
two phones. I
Yeah,
have a
so-
work phone and my personal phone. So it's like, oh,
or if you're like
clearly he
me
sells.
and I look like a lumberjack, they're gonna ask me for wood prices. Like, yeah, I totally get that shit.
Home Depot.
Lumber's up right now.
Yeah, wood is crazy
It
high
is.
right now.
yeah. You see, I got a fence outside.
Yeah,
It's-
you official now.
Man,
That shit was expensive, I bet.
Yeah,
That shit hurt my
broke.
pockets.
you got to spend the plate, man. So you know,
Hell yeah.
Facts.
that's how I am.
Do you have any other questions for us?
Yeah, there was another one. I can't remember what it was though. I can't remember right now.
Damn.
That's all right.
All right, so real quick, we're just going to like our wellness piece. All right,
For sure.
so each episode I do 1 through 10. How are you feeling financially, emotionally,
Mentally.
spiritually, wherever it may be? So Jacob, you want to start this or?
Oh, sure. So, like I said previously, I had COVID for Christmas, so I couldn't really celebrate Christmas like I usually do. But after that, I got better and stuff like that. So I'm back up to like a 7 or 8. I know there's things I want to accomplish this year, as you know, just as a household for my family and just as a podcast. And I have to do better of not being so procrastination. Like I struggle with that sometimes. And I'll get real down on myself if I like fail at something. So I need to not always get too down on myself and just remember, hey, sometimes you're gonna fail, but it's all about how you react. And I always gotta keep reminding myself of that. So I'm a 7 or 8.
Oh, good. That's what's up. All right, John, you sober, John?
So yeah, sober John.
Yeah, it's a challenge though. I'm
Now,
sure.
you know, I don't really drink that often, but right now I'm doing a sober January, so I'm not drinking any beer
That's
or any
awesome.
alcohol. But it's normal. I'm not like an alcoholic. I do like enjoy like I binge drink on like the weekends, but now I'm just not doing shit.
Yeah.
And just gonna
You're a social drinker.
yes.
See where it goes.
Yeah. So now I'm just seeing, and now this is day 8. So, but right now I'm an auditor. My job is I'm an auditor. So right now the beginning of the year is like the worst because everybody's fucking trying to spend money and trying to get money, and
Yep.
so that work is going okay though. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. I'm so happy that you're on with
yes,
us.
sir. Yes,
We
sir.
haven't recorded in a few weeks, and I had a bad Christmas because we were around him, you know. So I didn't want to go around my family because
Yeah.
I potentially would, you know, I didn't want to give it to nobody. So I got my negative, and I called my family. I'm like, look, I'm coming to see everybody right fucking now because I haven't done shit for 2 weeks. So I was able to go see everybody, that my niece, you know, and it's been great. The weekend, his album came out yesterday. Fire.
Is it fire?
I like it.
Good.
There's a few mid songs on there, but it kind of got me in my feels last night. I'm like, man, it's very morbid, kind of like very dark and morbid. So it's good though, very good. Jim Carrey, who does like a great like poetic role throughout the album too.
I said the production of his album is
It's gonna be. I think
Yeah.
with this album, it's gonna be a lot of the music videos. I'm more curious to listen. I want to
Like the
listen
story.
and
Yes.
yeah, like kind of how Tory Lanez did his last album.
I think
Like-
21 did too with Morgan Freeman. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Is that what Jim Carrey does? He like narrates the album.
Yep.
That
He's
is
a-
fire.
It's a radio station. He's the host of the and throughout the
Yes.
album, he's like you know hosting it and saying, and it's really cool.
I'm gonna listen to that on my way home.
And this is the third album that I've known of that is like kind of like 80s, like 70s, 80s bass. It's
Yeah,
very
they're bringing
It's
that
in
like
right now.
retro,
yes,
like, yeah.
the synths, the you know the old school sound. It was you know Silk Sonic and Tory Lanez and now The Weeknd all have this like similar sound. I enjoy that. I'm like, I like this.
Tory Lanez getting sued.
Is it?
Yeah, Mariah Carey.
By Madonna.
Or Madonna,
Oh.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
One of his
yeah.
songs?
I read
Yeah.
about
Oh, yeah.
Off that album.
Oh.
Quick side note. Yeah, I seen on Instagram. She was like, check your DMs.
Oh.
And then she posted like his song that he sampled of hers and like played them side by side. And it's like one of those like,
Yeah.
you can't deny it. Like it's there. It's very prevalent. And she's like, I tried to message you. You might want to reply.
That's how Olivia Rodrigo is getting sued out the ass for 3 songs on that album. You guys know who that is, right?
Yep.
That chick is on fire right now. Do I care about the music? Not really. I mean, it's not terrible, but she's getting sued for 3 songs that she basically jocked the flow of.
Wow.
Taylor Swift is one of them.
Damn,
That
really?
intellectual property, it's like, then it's almost up to a judge. Like, does it sound similar? Sure.
How does
You know?
Drake not get sued, though? That's
That's
what
what
I
I'm
gotta
saying.
know.
Well, a lot of his shit comes from
Right.
like Genuine and like
But you also got to realize
his
though,
label
too.
that he's actually under. So if
Yeah,
he can
they
get it,
pay the bucks for it.
exactly.
Right. If you can contact that artist, like, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Can I, obviously, I want to give you kickback because you
Right.
deserve it. Like, if you could come to a agreement like that, that's how these artists do it. But if you're like try to be sly about it, it's like, bro, it's fucking 2022.
Yep.
You think you're gonna be really that sly about the shit?
With the internet as big as it is.
Man.
Come on now.
It did sound like The Weeknd did sample some old school stuff.
He did definitely. There's a couple songs
yeah,
I'm like, this
there was
sounds
a
low key
sample.
familiar.
But no, as far as everything else goes, I'm doing good. I just need like procrastination. Like if you look at my house, it looks like a fucking bomb went off. I'm like,
Jesus.
I
How's
got
your garage looking?
better. I can get my car in there now.
Oh, hey,
yeah,
hey.
so that's good.
Small steps. I like that.
So, yeah. So just right now, I think I'm about like a 8 or so. I get just got to keep pushing.
No, that's good.
Keep pushing.
Gabe, for you?
I'm gonna have to say like an 8 as well. Got back in the lab yesterday. We hooped, so finally about to get back to being active. I've been not active in no sports activities for a good like 2 months now, man. So I was kind of looking a little. I'm like, oh man, you looking a little hefty right now, brother. You better get back in there sooner or later. Had me thinking like, damn, do I gotta go to the gym or something now or something? But no, I'm getting back into shape now. Fam's all good, Jacob, unfortunately, missed Christmas, but it is what it is. I got a picture with all the babies, all the newest babies that were in the family. That was a good moment. I don't think nobody else has a photo of like all the grandkids, so I think I'm gonna try to get that framed for my mother. Work is cool, life is good, sneakers is good.
What happened to B-Dubs? Is B-Dubs gone?
Yeah, man, they cut my days down, dude. I was going for 4, they cut it down to 3, and then they cut me down to 2, and then 1 week.
They were like forcing you out. It sounds
That's
Pretty
crazy.
much, yes. At that point, in 1 week, Nick thought he had COVID because he was around someone that tested positive, so he couldn't come in for a couple of days. So I was working up there by myself, and I called in like, "Hey, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to. I'm just by myself. I've never done this by myself." So
your second job. Your other.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't know how long this is gonna take me. This could take me past when I'm supposed to come in,
Right.
So I'm like, listen, I might not be there when I'm coming in. It's one of the days. What was that Monday night game for the Browns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one.
Oh,
The one that got pushed back.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
The one that got pushed
Against
back.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come in or not. Well, not come in, but not come in at my scheduled time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she threw it in my face that the Browns were playing and everything, that we're short-staffed and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, I'm at this other job. Like, I physically can't leave here.
Transparency, yeah, you're
You
telling
know what I
me.
mean? Like, I'm like, I can't leave here until my other job is done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, like, actually be, like, a worker here, too, She's like, well, if they play at 5, you need to be in here at 4 like you're supposed to be. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be in there.
Yeah.
So we're arguing over the phone, and me and her already don't like each other. So she's like, well, if I'm leaving at 6, if you're not here by 6, then I don't know what to tell you then. So I'm like, all right, well, I didn't get off in time for 6. So I'm like, fuck it then. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I was like off the next 2 days, and I seen one of the days got taken away. So I was like, all right, well, fuck it then.
Yeah, you got the memo.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm cool. Like, y'all don't need me. Like, how many times did we say it? I ain't gonna slave over a job that's gonna get replaced by me by tomorrow if I die. So
exactly, fuck them.
That's the worst feeling, being a part of a company.
And it sucks because like I still talk to the person who hired me in. He sold the business, like y'all know Basco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my dude.
And like he's a good ass dude. Like man, I've been in fantasy football leagues with this dude. Like we are in a pick league every single year, and it's just fucked up for being so loyal to one owner and then a second owner and then now a third owner and all these other managers and a different crew every other 6 months. It's like
that's terrible.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, it's just enough is enough. It's gonna go on 6 years. I'm like, this is like feels like a relationship. Like I feel like I'm in a relationship with my job. It's
time
not
to cut it off.
Yep, and like I was saying, man, like if it's costing me my mental, man, like it just wasn't really worth it at that point. So,
and you just deserved more.
At the end of the day, yeah, it's like I shouldn't be undervalued when I could do everybody's job, including half my managers. Like, and it was just, it was time. There was no structure. There was no stability. There was no
talking shit.
No, I mean, I'm being serious though. But like, seriously, there's like no accountability. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people come in late and it is what it is, or But if I come in and something like, I got to be the one that's made an example of, like.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, like I'm the longest tenured person back here. Like you shouldn't be fucking with me when I could do your job. You know what I mean? For real.
Soft flex.
But yeah, enough about me, Cliff.
Cliff, how you doing?
Whoa, damn. My guy had a lot to get off.
Well, I mean, it's been 2 weeks now, and I just feel like so much. Like I just haven't been like I just been.
Now, quick question? Do you feel more at ease? Like how? Like, do you feel leaving there has put you at ease and eased your mind? Like
with what?
Just like not having to worry about getting to your second job on time and doing to like. Do you feel like you have more freedoms to pursue other things that you want to achieve?
Yes, on the second part, the doing more to achieve. Just because I do have more free time. I wouldn't say getting there on time was ever an issue. What stressed me. It was just the actual
environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
The infrastructure. That's what.
So the
was,
time you spent there was toxic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I could get there on time and I'm cool, but it's like within 5 minutes of me being there, it's like
fuck this place.
Man, it's like I swear I would just hit a wall and it's like boom, you just immediately in a bad mood. And lately, I feel like I've just been a lot less stressed, and that's what made me start really looking at myself like, damn, you need to get back in the gym or do something, motherfucker. Like,
you got time now.
If you ain't gonna be working a second job, it's like you gotta low key do something now. Like, you ain't gonna just sit at home after you get off of work every day now. So
for sure.
Here you go.
All right, Clifton.
I'm at an 8. Just got a raise. Got a big end of the year and Christmas bonus that I'm really happy about. Sorry, Jacob. Like the direction over there, but I'm glad to be back in the studio with you guys. Our guest was bomb, so this was a great way to kick off the year. So I'm just happy overall, and I'm ready to take on the new year. I told you guys last year that I'm ready to hunt for the podcast. I'm ready to really dive into the whole online world. I'm looking forward to our Discord call, me, you, and Ash, with the NFTs and stuff like that. So I'm just really got my sights on the new year and looking to conquer it. Veni Vidi Vici. That's what I'm on.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Tristan?
So is the scale at 1 to 10?
Yeah, 1 to 10.
You can do whatever you want.
1 to 10.
You can
Gotcha.
Feeling past
You
10,
can break
like
the
a
scale.
20,
You
fuck
want,
it.
like-
Hell yeah. I'd say I'm at like a 9.5 right now. Like I said, I did a lot of reflecting at the end of the year so that I didn't go or get stagnant at the beginning of the year, like you were saying earlier. That stagnant complacency can be the worst thing in my career field. I'm a finance manager for a dealership, so I have to stay hungry, motivated, and ready to push forward, find plays, make money. That's literally what I'm there to do, day in and day out. So I am 100% in control of how much I make, when I make it, things like that. So financially, I'm good. I can always do better. There's always more to make, more deals to close, more people to get approved. And that's, something I take pride in. Salesmen have terrible reputations. Dealerships have bad reputations. But I think the new generation of kids, my age and below, could potentially change that. And that's definitely something I try to do. I try to build my customer based on honesty, transparency, things like that. And, that's nothing new. That's been the case since I got in. And it's taken me far from just being a sales rep to now being in finance. So career-wise, financially, feel really good. As a parent, feel like I'm in a really cool spot. Where she's at in her age right now is awesome. There's not a moment that, although as crazy it can be, that I'm ever not present or in the moment. You know, being right there in that moment to enjoy with her is super, super special to me. I love that. And as far as the podcast and the content goes, you know, I'm right now, 2022, you asked me earlier, I didn't even get to say it. I'm looking to like unroll like some skits. I don't know, like not necessarily SNL, but like one of the writers from SNL started his own show on Netflix. I Think You Should Leave is what it's called. Kind of out there skits. I'm going to be doing one that I'm filming with a bunch of people next Sunday. It's going to be the first one we truly do. I've done a few like throughout my life, but this is going to be the first one with the Mind If I Crash brand on it. So I'm excited to see where that goes. You know, I'll pitch it to you guys, see what you guys think of it. Basically, it'll be like a roundtable business meeting where like all the high execs from all the social media companies come together, right? And they're there to discuss the influx of dick pics being sent on their social media platforms.
That's genius.
Since COVID, they're like, hey, guys, we have too many dick pics. It's taking up too much storage. We don't know what to do. We're like,
we gotta dump these dicks.
Right. And we're trying to like form a solution pretty much, and we like take soft jabs at all the social media companies. So like the guy who's supposed to be Zuckerberg's like, well, we could always just monitor their DMs, and we're like, of course you'll say that, Mark. Like, no, we're not doing that. And then we got like the TikTok dude saying like, we need more of this, and he's dancing, and less of this, and he like grabs his crotch, like stupid shit like that.
I love this.
And then out of nowhere comes like, I'm gonna have Boomer do this because he just looks like he's OnlyFans. OnlyFans just stumbles in late, fashionably late with a chick, and is basically like, I'll buy all the dick pics, and we're like, there we go, you know. So we're gonna shoot that and see how that goes.
That
And
shit is
Sounds funny as hell.
That is genius.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's genius.
Yeah.
I could watch that.
yeah, well, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, the content thing, like I think anyone that wants to create should always be able to be a part of it. So if that's ever something you guys were like, hey, fuck it, I want to do it, definitely. I can always use more help, more ideas, writers,
Same,
for sure.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the content-wise, we're definitely going to try to do that. We're doing that this Sunday. I'll break it down, edit it, get it to where it needs to be, and then I'll have that up. So content-wise, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where that goes. And then me, mental health-wise, I'd say I'm good. Can always also get better in that, you know. Definitely, like, so I went to therapy for a really long time just by choice, you know. Like, I had to iron myself out as an individual. Before I got into sales or became a father or any of that, I struggled with like a lot of things in my personal life, trying to escape issues that were inside me, but I thought were inside the city, you know, or the place I came from, or the situation or people I was around. And I had to understand and learn a lot of life lessons the hard way, just from being stubborn and not being mentally well. So taking care of that was definitely on the radar, and I'd say the past 3-4 years have been the rebuild and like polishing phase. So this year I want to polish that product and make sure that it is always presentable to the outside world.
I love that. Yeah, that sounds great.
Thank you.
And you being 24?
25.
25?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
To be able to like think like that at your age is like you're so ahead of like so many other people, because again, you went to therapy. I love that, because like I think more people should go to therapy because it helps you roll out what you've been through, how to digest it, how you should understand that moment in your life, and that you should shift it and readjust.
Yeah,
So-
acknowledge it for sure. Just acknowledging that it happens. You know, like this happened. You did this to yourself. You did this to your loved ones. If you don't take the accountability,
Exactly.
you'll eventually drown yourself. You know, in something.
Yeah. So I guess for me, I am at let's say a 9. Yeah, I just feel good overall. 2022 is going to be a great year for me. I'm just thinking like there's so much that can be done, and I'm like treating my mind as a garden, right? And you guys have like seeds inside of you, and other people have seeds, and I'm like, conversation wise, I'm going to fertilize those conversations so that it can grow to its fullest potential. And what I'm doing and what you guys are doing, so that it helps us grow something that's really positive and brilliant.
That was a really, really good analogy. I really like
that was amazing.
actually.
Yeah.
Like, all bullshit aside, that was actually really fucking good.
And that's the space I want to get to, where like I'm able to articulate thoughts formally so that people can visualize what I'm doing, and I want to bring that to my brand as well and build that up so that it reaches its full potential. So overall, I would say I'm at like a 9 for sure. Yeah. So Jacob, anything else? Oh, real quick for you, Tristan. One question: would you rather choose loyalty or respect?
Man, I feel like I'm in the mafia movies right now. That's a good question. I would say loyalty for sure for me. And that's the big reason I cut all those people off. I might have had their respect, but I didn't have their loyalty. And to me, for like someone who, regardless of how much I work on it, still struggles with like being betrayed or things like that, I think loyalty will last a lot longer than respect. Respect can be lost instantly, especially in the world that we are all in of content creators, and especially with the podcast where you put your life out there. It's a vulnerable thing. It can easily be critiqued or taken the wrong way. So, the respect is harder to keep than loyalty for me.
That's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cliff, you got a gem for us today?
Yeah, I do. Always do. Keep one in my back pocket. Bring it out at the end of every episode. Don't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try, by Jack Canfield. I think that's a great gem to start off the year.
It's a great gem. All right. Social media shouts out.
So, to listen to all of our episodes, past, present, and future, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google. We're going to be on Pandora soon. All of our episodes are posted on our Facebook, and most of them are on YouTube. So if you have time, take a listen, binge, or just like it. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star.
You're.
That being said, thank you for joining us for another episode, and take it easy.
Stay tuned.
See you.
2022 takeover.
Bye, Mom.
And that is going to wrap it, guys. The episode is finished. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like it, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to follow us on all our social media pages at IOU Podcast 440. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the continued support. We'll see you soon. Bye.